Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be explaining to you what a node is, what a validator is or who a validator is, how to run a node, and why you should run a node. So now let's get started. So first of all, node is like a network, like a connection, a connected network of different computers that are interconnected together to be able to make things a lot easier, especially in the blockchain space, whereby different nodes, if you have gone through definitions of the blockchain or checking out what the blockchain is, you would have come across an aspect of the blockchain that says is a connection of nodes. So connection of different nodes or different blocks. So now, how did that come about? So different computer systems are connected together in different places. All these computer systems are not in one place. So these connections helps the blockchain to be able to handle so many transactions in a decentralized manner. Now, for this to continue running, we need more people, we need more system to be able to run this powerhouse of the blockchain. Now, how did that happen, or how does that work? So basically, anybody can be a node runner as long as you are able to meet the requirements. Each client have their requirement. So before I go into the different clients, let me first of all explain who a validator is. So basically, a validator is someone that kind of propose block and also build block. So currently, this role is not separated in the Ethereum ecosystem, but there's an ongoing proposal right now, which is called EPBS proposals. So very soon we are going to be having a different set of persons that are responsible for building blocks, and we have another set of persons that will be responsible for proposing those blocks. So, but right now, this responsibility is being handled by the validator. So, as a validator, you run a node and then you also stake some tokens. Now, in Ethereum, you stake as much as 32 ETH for you to become a validator, and you need to have the required system requirements for you to be able to run those nodes and perform your validator tasks. So now, I'll go back to the validator aspect. Who can run a node? Anybody, like I said earlier, can run a node. And what does that mean? What benefit do you get from running a node? You might not really, for those that are running node that are not validators, you might not really have, there might not be a financial benefit for you, except you are a validator. So, but that notwithstanding, you are helping to make the Ethereum protocol more secure and more decentralized by you participating as a node runner. So, for you to get started as a node runner, you need to check the client requirements. So now that brings me to the client. What are the different clients that we have on the Ethereum protocol? First of all, to be able to differentiate between these clients, let me let you know that if you are completely new in this subject, let me just explain to you that we have what we call the execution layer and the consensus layer. So basically, Ethereum is made up of both the execution layer and the consensus layer. So what does that mean? So the consensus layer is more like the authority where the finalization of transactions and all those decisions, that is the layer that handles such. And then the execution layer is the one that put these transactions together and could send them, it could be badge or whatever, send these transactions that needs to be processed, check the validity of those transactions, and then send it over to the to the consensus client for finality, to ensure that these transactions are okay, and a consensus needs to be taken over the transactions to ensure that they are good enough to be sent. So now, that you have a fair knowledge of what the consensus layer does and what the execution client or the execution layer does. We now have what we call, in each of these layers, we have different specs for these layers. So you can check the repository for more details on the different specs. For we have a consensus layer spec, and then we have execution client spec. So for the consensus layer, we have different consensus clients. So now, what do we mean by consensus clients? Consensus clients are clients that their work, their responsibility is in line with what I explained when I talk about the consensus layer. So what they do, how they build their protocol, or how they build this client is in line with the consensus spec. So they follow the spec to be able to design whatever they are designing on the client side. So now for consensus clients, we have things like clients like the Teku client, which is a Java-based client. We also have Lighthouse. We have so many other ones. I can't list all of them right now, but you see them on the screen. And then we also have the execution client. We have the Beso client. We have the Get client. Beso is Java based. The Get client is Go. The Red client is Rust. And then we have so many others, the Lodestar and other clients that are available that you can use that you can put together to run a node. So basically, when you are running a node, you need each of these clients. You need the execution client and you need the consensus client side by side when you are running it. So you can run a local node on your system by setting up. Let's assume you want to run a full node, or you want to run node from the Beso client and the Teku client. You can run those two pairs side by side. That's the consensus client and the execution client, and then you are able to like sync once everything is able to, once the consensus and the execution clients are able to sync together, you'll be able to see transactions real time, things that are happening on that particular network, whatever network that you are running. Say you are running mainnet or any network of your choice that you want to track the transactions that are ongoing, you get to see them side by side in those clients. So yeah, so that's pretty much what happens when you are running a node. You just need to check those different clients that I mentioned for their individual client requirements. And they also have a setup guide for validators. For those that want to act as validators or that want to be a validator, you check each of their individual requirements that are needed, especially when it comes to system setup and all of that. So one thing you should know is if you want to be a validator, whatever system you are using has to be like a completely new system that you have not used before on any platform to browse the internet and all of that. So, and then the system has to meet the necessary system requirements for you to be able to like act as or work as a validator. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then if you have any question, please do where to drop it in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.